This has been a long journey for me. I've spent entire nights just searching for information about this. Rarely would I ever come up with anything though, until recently, that is. Recently, all the information I ever could have asked for has fallen into my lap, and now I have a conclusion, even if it's not as satisfying as it should be. I think I'll start from the very beginning. The very, very beginning. It all began with the SMW Central, the ROM hack that made this all as well known as it is. This ROM hack, named simply Mario, was an enigma. Playing through it, you'd quickly realize there was a story being told, and that on its own was interesting. Though I don't believe this ROM hack would have reached the infamy it bears today without this last important detail. After clearing Iggy's castle, the usual castle clear message has been replaced with this. Victim number 1. Eyeballs are unable to be found. The victim was found lying on her carpet. Causes of death unknown. Hand marks with unidentifiable fingerprints were found all over the corpse. With a message like that, how could you not be interested in what is going on? So now we reach the most well-known part of this entire story. The founder of SMW Central, Kieran Menor, realized that what was originally mistaken for the ROM image was actually a TXT file. Said TXT file was actually an image itself. There was an attempt to manually convert the image back to JPEG, but it was completely unviewable, save for the very top part of the image. Kieran discovered something upon searching the resolution, 327 by 277. The second result struck him as relevant. Can you guess what this image was? That's right. It's this. Wait, no, that's Roderick, sorry. Here we are. This red motherfucker. We've reached the part in this creepypasta where everybody remembers it best. This twisted image of what was always assumed to be victim number 1 as described at the end of Iggy's castle. While this image may be unsettling, and may have caused me my fair share of unease for a while, there are things that must be discussed. You may have heard about the search for Jeff the Killer's original image. People have been trying for years to hunt down what Jeff the Killer's original image was. While there have been many theories, nobody quite knows for certain where it came from or what it was. This image is similar, though a little different. I've always wanted to know where this image has come from. What was it before it became the infamous red face we know it as now? That's when I started digging, and how I've now reached the conclusion I have. So now we must go even further back, as this image isn't as it seems. Many associate this image with the Mario creepypasta, and with good reason. But that's not where it's from. Allow me to explain. It was around October of 2009, when a now lost 4chan thread was created. In this thread, the OP stated that they had found a strange image on their desktop, one that had been causing paranormal oddities simply by existing. This image is known as 12640268.0.jpg, or, as some were apparently calling it, the nightmare picture. The nightmare picture would set itself as your desktop background, and from there, would freely move around your desktop as it pleased, leaving behind strange MP3 files full of odd noises. Curiously, opening the image in a text editor would present you with the text, "Find me," repeated over and over. Now, this nightmare picture. It sounds disturbing, and you know where this is going. The nightmare picture is the image we all know and love. This is the origins of the victim number 1 image. It wasn't from Mario at all, but instead from this 4chan thread. With this information in mind, one might assume this JPEG file is a menace and that it's currently roaming my computer like a wild animal, tearing the place up. But no, this entire paranormal angle was fabricated, and with good reason. The entire thread was a hoax created by a man known as Jordan Davies. Jordan Davies is, or was, the frontman for a band known as Common Man Down. As far as I'm aware, Common Man Down themselves are no longer active, at least online. Jordan Davies used this thread and by extension this image to promote Common Man Down's music. Further linking them together, If you were to go to the website in the Wayback Machine using the first available archive, you'd find the nightmare picture to be the only thing there. To finish this section off, it should be noted that Jordan Davies did indeed admit to all of this, so no doubts there anymore. So now, what? We're looking for the unedited image, right? Well, here's a funny story for you. Last night, I was working on a fun little game project and looking for some good content to play in the background while I worked. I checked my subscriptions and saw something that made me raise 37 eyebrows. The YouTuber Billy Styler had uploaded a short. This short was titled, "Disturbing Image in Hacked Super Mario Game." Upon seeing this title and seeing the thumbnail featuring Super Mario World gameplay, I knew what was about to happen. Styler had already uploaded a video about this creepypasta a while back. He was now about to condense the information into a short. That, however, wasn't what got my attention the most. I felt my entire being changing, shifting, transforming. I was becoming the nerd emoji. Passion flowing through my veins. I was annoyed, once more, that this detail was being included as though it were true. No, the victim number 1 image was not found in the game. There was no image found in the game itself. No, the image was not found in the folder either. Yeah, I was upset, but I never fully trust my own knowledge, so I went to make sure I wasn't nerd emojiing for no reason. After doing a fair bit of research, I concluded I was right. But that wasn't the focus anymore. Who cared if I was right when there was something more interesting to talk about? I had found a post that I hadn't seen before by someone somewhere I won't disclose for privacy reasons. Let's just say this person was the ultimate lead. I was able to contact them on Discord and speak to them. The information that came from this conversation was incredible. Let's start off with who they are. To quote another creepypasta, "You thought Koopa worked alone? Let me introduce you to one of the creators of the original Mario ROM hack. Or rather, not introduce, for the sake of privacy." Now, I was naturally skeptical of their actual involvement, as one would be when facing a stranger's claim on the internet. Though with a little research, I came across a YouTube channel they owned with Super Mario World ROM hack videos going back many years. Further talking with them revealed that they knew a lot about the hack and the image associated with it. This person's contributions to Mario weren't heavy, though they were involved with helping make it. After explaining all I know, we began to talk about the ROM hack, and eventually, the image itself. Whether or not you choose to believe they are involved with the ROM hack, they did help me, and you cannot deny that. Are you ready for this? Once you see the origins of the image, there's no going back. This will either ruin your perception of the image, or it will improve it. Either way, there is only one chance, one opportunity to turn away. Here we go. The original, unedited victim number 1 image is a still from Fatal Frame. The still itself is of a ghost from the game. Here is that image. Now obviously the image itself was heavily edited, but you can tell just from a glance that this image was easily the real deal. If you want to see something ominous, allow me to invert the image and increase the contrast. Now isn't that familiar? I tried to edit the image itself and get something similar to the nightmare picture only to create this instead. Lovely, isn't it? So here we are, at the conclusion, the end, the finale. We now know the original, unedited image. I'll admit, there is some sense of hollowness to all this. The search was fun, very fun. Finding leads was always a blast. Now that it's over, there's definitely a hole where the search once was. Was it worth it? Absolutely, no doubt in my mind. Was it a satisfying conclusion? Not really. If anyone has any proof that nullifies my conclusion, I'd love to see it. If we can reveal that the original image was actually something else, that would be interesting. So now, victim number 1. Rest easy. It took a while and a lot of effort, but we found you, just as you asked. Now, can we move on to another video topic, please? Have a fungus.